All right, we're going to talk a little bit about monopolistic competition. Okay, now monopolistic competition. We have three characteristics here. One, we have a large number of firms. All right, we could also say we have many buyers and sellers. Same idea here. Two, we'll say that they sell, and this is the key, the most important thing here. They sell differentiated products. Okay. And three, we'll say that there are no barriers of entry, okay, or exit for that matter. Okay, so basically, what does a monopolistically competitive firm look like, all right? Or what does a monopolistically competitive market look like? Many buyers and sellers, right? We have a bunch of firms. We're selling a differentiated product. Okay, so this is the key difference here. All right, and no barriers of entry, right? So key difference with monopolistic competition and perfect competition is this right here. We have differentiated products. Okay, in perfect competition, right, a perfectly competitive firm has a demand curve that looks like this. Okay, demand is like this, and so is marginal revenue. Okay, notice how it is perfectly elastic. Okay, this is a perfectly competitive firm. Now, a monopolistically competitive firm. Now, main idea is when we have a perfectly competitive firm, if they try to increase their price by 1 penny, their quantity demanded goes to 0. At this price, they could sell however much they like. Okay. Now, if they sell one additional unit, what's the additional revenue they bring in? Well, it's just equal to the price. Okay. When I think about monopolistic competition here, okay, I have a differentiated product. So if I increase my price, my quantity demanded goes down, but it does not go to 0. So for that matter, my demand curve looks something like this. Okay. Now let's imagine for a second. Okay, let's say my quantity here was 1, 2, I will say 3. Price here was equal to 100, 90, 80, 70. Okay. My price times quantity would be equal to my total revenue. So here would be 0, here would be 90, here would be 160, and here would be 210. My marginal revenue is equal to what? The change in total revenue over the change in quantity. Okay, so this means my quantity changes by a certain amount. How much does my total revenue change by? Okay, for this first unit here, we'll put a little dash. Now, for this first unit, right? So for 0, we'll put a dash. For this first unit here, how much is my total revenue changing by? Well, 90 minus 0, this difference from here to here. Okay. How much is my quantity changing by? Well, 1 minus 0, and that's just equal to 1. So 90 divided by 1 is 90. For this second unit over here, how much is my total revenue changing by? Well, look. When I sold 1 unit, my total revenue was 90. When I sold 2 units, my total revenue was 160. Okay. How much is my quantity changing by? Well, it's just changing by 1. 2 minus 1. Okay. So 160 minus 90 should be equal to what? 70. 70 over 1. Okay, we should have something like this. Okay, and for this last unit, how much is my total revenue changing by here? Right, 50. And how much is my quantity changing by? 1. Good. My marginal revenue here is 50. So notice how my marginal revenue over here, it's equal to my price, and then it starts decreasing and it's below my price. So my marginal revenue, right, it looks something like this. Okay, downward sloping, and it's below our demand curve. Okay, so we'll say this demand curve is downward sloping. Why? Because again, this product is different somehow, right? Maybe this firm advertises, maybe they're more, or maybe this product is more innovative than other similar products, right? Maybe it's the location, maybe it's just loyalty, okay? Because these are all reasons why this demand curve here is downward sloping for this monopolistically competitive firm. Put here.